In a building, we have hallways and floors of rooms that provide circulation, which means how people can move around in the building. But we also need what architects call vertical circulation. We need to get from a lower place to a higher place. And first we'll talk about stairs and various configurations of stairs, and then after we've talked about stairs, we'll talk about ramps. So stairs come in various shapes. If you have some straight line stairs, you can have just a straight run going up. You can turn a corner with an L shape. You can change directions with a U shape. You can have curvy stairs, either a winder or a spiral. A winder is where you go around a corner, and it could be a square corner or a curvy corner here. A thing to notice is that this place where you walk tends to be not in the middle of the stairs, but off to one side, and it tends to be a short step there, but then there's a big broad tread on the outside. These things are kind of hard to walk on. The extreme case of that is a spiral stair. Now, people think of spiral stairs as real fancy, but they also have problems. For one thing, it's really hard to move furniture up and down these things, as you can imagine. And for another thing, it's just hard to walk on. If you are walking near the middle of the spiral, that's a little teeny tiny, here we go, little teeny tiny step there, and then out at the outside edge of the step, it's real broad and flat. They're just hard to use. So they're good for saving space if you're in a small space, but they're hard to use, and therefore the building code does not permit them in commercial buildings. You can use them in houses, and you see them in houses sometimes. So let's look at what we call all these pieces of a stairway. The riser is that vertical face of the step, and this thing here. And the tread is the horizontal surface that you step on. And then the nosing pokes out from the tread. And a step is one riser and one tread. So here is one step. And you can picture one step of your foot is a riser and a tread. So the rise, the total rise, is how many of these steps have you taken from bottom to top. And then the run is how much horizontal distance have you covered. The stringer is that zigzaggy piece, that sawtooth shape, on which we nail the risers and the treads. A flight is one continuous set of steps without a landing in between. And a flight could be any length. It's just one continuous series between landings. And a landing is that horizontal platform in between flights. So landings give people a place to rest. They can be very helpful if you have a big vertical distance to cover. And finally, the stairwell is that opening in the floor. Here's a look at the framing. You can see that opening there, and here's a photograph of a stairwell. It's the opening in the floor in which we put our stairs.